UFC flyweight champion Deiveson Figueiredo expressed his discomfort with the UFC, who he believes has been underrating him. The champion thinks that he deserves more pay-per-view points. Deiveson Figueiredo has been one of the most relevant fighters of the UFC over the last year. His 2020 was surely enough to make him possibly the consensus fighter of the year. So are the flyweight champion's demands reasonable to ask for? First of all, Figueiredo defeated Joseph Benavidez in February, but he was not able to obtain the flyweight championship because of a weight miss. So after that, Figueiredo redeemed himself by bouncing back into the octagon and defeating Benavidez even more impressively with a first-round submission in July. Deiveson Deuce de Guerra Figueiredo would then finish off the year of 2020 with another first-round finish of Alex Perez in his first title defense. And after that, Figueiredo fought one of the best fights of the year against Brandon Moreno at UFC 256. But since this last fight ended in a majority draw, Figueiredo was not provided with any win bonus or any other extra payments. This has left the current UFC flyweight champion disgruntled. Figueiredo said in an interview with MMA Fighting that he would love for the UFC to give him a bonus, explaining that he gave his everything inside the octagon and deserves something better. I won my show money, the bonus, but I haven't gotten an extra, but I'd like it. I want the UFC to at least have me make some pay-per-view. I gave my all. I love fighting in the UFC. I went into the octagon to break myself into pieces and give them the fight of the night because that's what fans want to see. Fighters that don't slow down, that go in for a bloody game. I'm that type of fighter, you know? So I want the UFC to look at me with different eyes, that they give me pay-per-views. Figueiredo seems upset about not receiving any additional compensation for his efforts at UFC 256. He made it clear that in the future, he'll be expecting these pay-per-view points not only because of a financial reason, but as a gesture from the promotion to show respect towards the champion. It's missing some pay-per-view in my purse. If they already added to this UFC 256 fight, that would be great, brother. But I would like to start making pay-per-view money for my next ones. I deserve this. I love working for the UFC and I want to be more valued, you know? What do you think about flyweight champion Deiveson Figueiredo's request? Is he being reasonable or is he asking for more than he's worth? Let us know your opinion down in the comments section. It's more than clear that Israel Adesanya wants to make history in the UFC. But meanwhile, his beef with Jon Jones continues and shows no signs of stopping. With the recent news that UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya plans to move up to light heavyweight division and challenge Jan Blachowicz in the champ versus champ for his title, 205-pound greatest of all time Jon Jones could not resist having his say via social media. When I move, you move, just like that. Name another fighter who's made more men retire, switch weight classes, or switch organizations altogether. I'll wait. The champ versus champ matchup will take place at UFC 259 on March 6th, and it'll be Blachowicz's first title defense since his last victory over Dominic Reyes for the vacant belt, a belt that became vacant when Jon Jones decided to depart from the light heavyweight division in pursuit of the UFC heavyweight title. Blachowicz became the UFC light heavyweight champion by knocking out Dominic Reyes. Jon Jones, at 33 years old, is waiting for the opportunity to face the current heavyweight champion Stipe Miocic, but UFC President Dana White prefers Francis Ngannou to get the first shot at the champion. Jones continued his Twitter rant, sarcastically addressing some weird theories about his move to the heavyweight division. I left the light heavyweight division because I was terrified of Dominic, even though Jan was guaranteed the next title shot. And then once the middleweight champ suddenly moved up, I knew I'd made the right choice. Glad I decided to go the easy route. What Jones is referring to in this tweet is that just when he left the light heavyweight division because he was scared, being sarcastic, Israel moved up to his former division. Jon Jones could possibly face Israel Adesanya at some point in 2021, but now he says his heavyweight goals are more important. He finished his social media night with a final tweet speaking sarcastically to those who think he left the light heavyweight division because of fear. Yep, just couldn't see myself beating Jan. His style is like nothing I've seen before, and the thought of fighting a middleweight striker in 2021 was the final straw. Figured Francis' takedown defense was worse. Had to run. For some reason, Jones often feels the need to justify himself on social media, despite the fact that he is, without a doubt, one of the greatest mixed martial artists of all time. Although his last failed drug tests put some bad points against his name, anyone who's watched Jon Jones fight from the start of his career knows about his capacity. On the other hand, UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya has said in the past that he's prepared to follow Jones all the way up to heavyweight to make the fight happen. What do you think about Jones' Twitter rant? Do you think he has a chance against Stipe Miocic? And what do you think about Israel moving up to light heavyweight? Is it possible that Adesanya will move to heavyweight someday? Let us know what you think in the comments section. The UFC is already set to start 2021 with incredible matches. Halfway through this month, 3 excellent bouts are scheduled to take place at the Flash Forum on Fight Island, aka Yas Island, in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. The first fight of the triple headliner will be Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar in a 5-round featherweight bout that'll headline the UFC Fight Island 7 event on January 16th, 2021. A victory for Holloway in this battle of fierce strikers will demonstrate that he can come back from the back-to-back losses. On the flip side, a win for Kattar would give him the next shot at the UFC featherweight title. UFC light heavyweight Anthony Smith expressed his prediction for this incredible match.
I like Calvin a lot, but there's a lot of people that think that Max Holloway, won both of those fights. Max believes that. Dana believes that. So I don't think Max maybe he's coming off of 2 losses, but it's not like he's been blown out 2 times. Kattar's looked really, really good though, but it would be hard to believe that Max Holloway would lose 3 in a row. That would just.
The second headliner will take place on January 20th, 2021. The event will be led by a 5-round welterweight bout between Neil Magny and Michael Chiesa. This bout will likely have some highly technical striking and exciting ground game. The winner of this match would move closer to the upper ranks of the UFC welterweight division. And last but not least, UFC 257 will be headlined by a 5-round lightweight bout between Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor. As we all know, McGregor bested Poirier via first-round TKO in their first fight that was contested at featherweight and took place in September 2014. These two are extremely dangerous strikers and have very underrated grappling skills. This will be a war for the ages, with the winner getting a shot at the UFC lightweight title. This is what MMA expert Chael Sonnen had to say about this long-awaited rematch.
Dustin has ways to beat Conor, but he's going to have to deal with that speed. I mean, right, I feel as though rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5 could be stronger for Dustin than round 1. It's really going to matter how he comes out in that first round.
What do you think about these 3 amazing matches? Who will come out victorious in each one? Comment your picks for the winners down below. We all know what UFC President Dana White thinks about Rose Namajunas after what he said in his interview with BT Sports.
What I'm hearing is Rose does not want a title shot.
Oh.
Rose does not want to fight for a title.
She didn't like the pressure of being the champion.
I don't think she did. Yeah. She doesn't want to fight for the title. So
Okay.
We'll see how that all plays out. So we're looking at, if you look at the rankings and how it plays out, it would play out Weili versus Carla Esparza.
Right.
So Dana doesn't believe Rose wants a title shot. But at the same time, who doesn't? A recent interview with Rose's manager confirmed that she actually does want the next UFC title shot, despite everything White said.
We're still in talks with the UFC about Rose, but I can tell you that Rose is ready. Rose has been ready. She's been training and been in camp. Rose is ready to fight, honestly, in the next, she could fight on a couple weeks' notice. She's ready to go.
What do you think about what Dana said when asked about Rose Namajunas? She got what it takes to be a champion? Let us know in the comments what you think. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to smash that like button. Also, subscribe to this channel for more MMA news.